Good evening, here are tonight's top stories. A vendor is remanded to prison on a burglary charge, while a tragic accident claims a young motorcyclist's life. Additionally, a Linden businessman allegedly assaults a police officer. The body of a male is found washed up at Hope Beach, East Coast Demerara. In other incidents, a man is injured by a security guard's gunfire at a gas station, and a driver is hospitalized after a robbery at 7 Waste Management Office. Furthermore, chickenpox cases resurge at Lucan Prison, and lastly Ravi Lachman, proprietor of Colours of India, makes an appeal for support to rebuild his home destroyed by fire. Stay tuned to these updates. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more news.
Vendor remanded to prison on burglary charge. Emilio Carter, a 21-year-old vendor, found himself facing serious charges as he appeared before Senior Magistrate Clive Nurse at the Diamond Magistrates Court on Wednesday. Carter, accused of burglary, stood before the court for the first time to answer to the allegations brought against him. Despite pleading not guilty, Magistrate Nurse made the decision to refuse bail and remanded Carter to prison. The specifics of the alleged burglary were not detailed in the report, but the severity of the charge warranted the court's cautious approach. Carter is set to return to court on June 6, 2024, as the legal process unfolds. As the case progresses, further details may emerge regarding the circumstances of the alleged burglary and Carter's defense against the charges leveled against him. Tragic accident claims young motorcyclist's life. In a devastating incident early this morning, 23-year-old Chris Ramchon of Tapakuma Lake lost his life after colliding with a tree while riding his motorcycle along the Tapakuma Trail in Region 2, Pomarun Supinam. The accident, which occurred around 01:00H, has left the community in shock and mourning the loss of a young life. According to reports from the police, Ramchon and his brother were traveling on separate motorcycles along the Tapakuma Trail when tragedy struck. Allegedly, while leading the way on motorcycle number CM 6457, Ramchon collided with a tree and was thrown from his bike, sustaining fatal injuries. Ramchon's brother, who was following behind, recounted the heart-wrenching moment when he noticed his brother's motorcycle lights ahead suddenly vanish. Upon reaching the scene, he discovered his brother lying next to the bike, grievously injured. Emergency responders rushed Ramchon to the Sudhi Public Hospital, but despite their efforts, he tragically succumbed to his injuries while receiving medical care. At present, Ramchon's body rests at the Sudhi Hospital mortuary, awaiting a post-mortem examination to determine the exact cause of death. As investigations into this heartbreaking incident continue, the community is left to grapple with the loss of a young soul taken too soon. Our thoughts and prayers are with Ramchon's family and loved ones during this difficult time. Linden businessman allegedly assaults police officer, investigation underway. An incident involving the alleged assault of a police officer by a Linden businessman early Sunday morning is currently under investigation by the Guyana police force. According to reports from police headquarters, several officers visited the Tropical Reflections bar in Mackenzie, Linden, at approximately 7 o'clock HRS on Sunday. Upon arrival, they instructed the DJ to turn off the music, but he reportedly refused to comply with the directive. Subsequently, the DJ was arrested and taken to the Mackenzie police station for further questioning. Later, the proprietor of the establishment visited the station to inquire about the DJ's status. However, it is alleged that the businessman exhibited disorderly behavior, prompting officers to request his departure from the premises. As the businessman was leaving the station, he purportedly assaulted one of the officers, leading other ranks to intervene and apprehend him. Both the DJ and the businessman were subsequently released on recognizance, with instructions to return to the station at 9 o'clock HRS on Monday for further proceedings. The matter has drawn the attention of the Guyana Police Force's Office of Professional Responsibility, which is conducting additional investigations into the incident. Further updates on the case are expected as the investigation progresses, with authorities working to ascertain the full details surrounding the altercation between the businessman and the police officer. Body of male found washed up at Hope Beach, East Coast Demerara. at approximately 11:30 a.m. Today, the decomposed body of a male was discovered washed up at Hope Beach on the east coast of Demerara. The startling find was made by a mangrove ranger, who promptly alerted the authorities. A team of police officers, led by a sergeant, swiftly responded to the scene following the report. Upon arrival, they encountered the motionless body of the male, dressed in a cream and black striped jersey and cream underwear, lying face up in an advanced state of decomposition. The Guyana Police Force's Corporate Communications Unit released a statement detailing the initial investigation. Despite thorough examination, due to the body's advanced state of decomposition, no visible marks of violence were discernible. Following protocol, the scene was meticulously processed and photographed before the body was carefully examined. Subsequently, it was transported to the Memorial Gardens mortuary, where it awaits identification and a post-mortem examination to ascertain the cause of death. In an effort to gather more information about the incident, several individuals in the vicinity were questioned by the police. However, no significant details were obtained, further deepening the mystery surrounding the discovery. As the investigation continues, authorities remain committed to uncovering the circumstances surrounding the tragic incident and providing closure to the affected individuals and their families. Man injured by security guards, gunfire at gas station confrontation. A man is recovering from a gunshot wound to his leg following an altercation with a security guard at the Two Brothers gas station on the Eccles Public Road, East Bank, Demerara. The incident unfolded around 09:00 yesterday, prompting an investigation by authorities. According to police reports, the injured individual, identified as 30-year-old Stephen King of Evan Phillips Park, Agricola, Greater Georgetown, confronted a female worker at the gas station with whom he had a previous relationship and shared a living arrangement. King arrived at the scene on a bicycle with a haversack on his back, initiating the confrontation with the woman. As tensions escalated, the woman sought assistance from the security guard on duty, Woolworth Williams, aged 54 and residing at Lot 63, New Road, Vreeden Hoop, West Bank, Demerara. Williams, armed with a 9mm pistol containing 17 rounds of ammunition, intervened in the situation. Allegedly, King made a movement towards the haversack, prompting Williams to draw his weapon and discharge a round in King's direction. The gunshot struck King in his lower left leg, prompting him to flee the scene on his bicycle. Subsequently, Williams reported the incident to the Providence Police Station, surrendering his firearm and the remaining ammunition to the authorities. The circumstances leading to the confrontation and the discharge of the firearm are under investigation, with authorities gathering statements from witnesses and involved parties. Further updates on the case are awaited as the investigation unfolds. Driver hospitalized after robbery at 7 Waste Management Office. A harrowing incident unfolded at the 7 Waste Management Office on Aubrey Barker Road, South Ruimveldt, Georgetown, resulting in the hospitalization of a driver, Berthany Cadeau, after he was shot during a robbery. The incident occurred on Saturday while another employee, Ruth Chase, was present in the office conducting salary payments to fellow workers. 2 masked assailants forcefully entered the premises, with one brandishing a firearm. In a distressing turn of events, the armed suspect discharged 2 rounds, one of which struck Cadeau. During the chaotic encounter, the perpetrators seized a cell phone belonging to Chase, valued at $200,000 without a SIM card, along with an undisclosed sum of cash belonging to 7 Waste Management. The assailants swiftly fled the scene on a black motorcycle, evading capture. Law enforcement authorities were promptly notified, and the scene was meticulously examined and processed. Crucial evidence, including 2.32 spent shells and a warhead, was recovered by police personnel and securely preserved for further investigation. Meanwhile, Cadeau was expeditiously transported to the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation to receive urgent medical attention. Thankfully, his condition has been reported as stable, providing some relief amidst the distressing circumstances. As the investigation intensifies, authorities are committed to apprehending the perpetrators and bringing them to justice. The safety and well-being of all individuals involved remain paramount, and efforts are underway to ensure the swift resolution of this troubling incident. Chickenpox cases resurge at Lucan Prison, efforts underway for containment. In a recent update, the Ministry of Health has reported a resurgence of chickenpox cases at the Lucan Prison, East Coast Demerara, ECD, with a total of 5 new cases detected in the past week. Dr. Leslie Ramsamy, advisor to the Minister of Health, confirmed this development, assuring that the situation is being effectively managed with appropriate treatment and monitoring protocols in place. Prior to the emergence of these new cases, the ministry had observed a significant decline in infections, with 28 individuals isolated and undergoing monitoring. However, vaccination efforts have seen progress, with 538 individuals receiving vaccinations to date. Consequently, the number of active cases has reduced to approximately 12, a testament to the collaborative efforts between the ministry and the Guyana Prison Service, GPS. Dr. Ramsamy outlined the measures being undertaken to address the outbreak, including the provision of antiviral treatment and calamine lotion to alleviate symptoms. Additionally, rigorous contact tracing and surveillance measures are being employed to contain the spread within the prison facility, with a focus on identifying potential asymptomatic carriers. In light of the outbreak, proactive measures have been extended to other prison facilities, with medical teams conducting surveillance, screening exercises, and offering vaccinations to staff members as a preventive measure. The goal is to prevent further transmission and mitigate the impact of the outbreak on the incarcerated population. The initial outbreak, which was confirmed in late March, affected a total of 53 inmates. Dr. Ramsamy had suggested that the outbreak may have originated from a newly admitted inmate who may have been exposed to the virus in their home environment. Efforts to trace the origin of the infection continue as part of ongoing containment strategies. Appeal for support to rebuild home. Ravi Lachman, the proprietor of Colours of India, is reaching out to the public for assistance in rebuilding his home, which was tragically destroyed by fire. In a heartfelt social media post, Lachman shared the story of his entrepreneurial journey, reflecting on the struggles and sacrifices he made to build his business over the past decade. Lachman's post recounts the humble beginnings of Colours of India, starting from selling goods on a bed in his kitchen 3 months before officially opening the store's doors in Guyana on April 28, 2014. Over the years, he invested every profit into expanding his business, facing numerous challenges along the way, including sleepless nights, stress, anxiety, depression, and panic attacks. Despite the hardships, Lachman's determination led to the growth of Colours of India, becoming a pillar of his livelihood and a source of support for his family. However, tragedy struck when his home was consumed by flames, resulting in the loss of everything he had worked so hard to build. In his plea for help, Lachman provides details for monetary contributions through MMG for Guyana and Zelle for the USA, urging donors to reach out to him directly after sending their donations. He emphasizes the urgency of the situation, as he grapples with the emotional pain of seeing his life's work reduced to ashes. While grateful for the safety of his family, Lachman expresses the profound devastation of losing his home and business. He shares videos documenting the evolution of Colours of India over the years, a poignant reminder of the memories now lost to the fire. As Lachman faces this immense loss, he appeals to the generosity of the community to support him and his family in rebuilding their lives. Through the power of collective assistance and compassion, he hopes to overcome this tragedy and emerge stronger than ever before. To show support, you can send donations via GTTMMG to account number 592-671-0857, or if you are in the USA, you can send to Zelle on account number 76340622130.